Hello, everybody. Welcome to LT Outdoors Sunday Night Live. That's cool. I already got people on here waiting. I wasn't expecting that. If you haven't already hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it. I'm going to share here real quick on Facebook. Of course, Gemma's got to come up and see everybody already. She's bringing me toys. Oh, geez. Here we go. Oh, geez. Hey there, Joe. How you doing, buddy? No, you didn't miss this one. You missed last week's, though. I auctioned off a beaver pelt last week. I knew you would have wanted that one. Hey there, Lisa. How you doing? Hey there, GMC. What's happening, buddy? Hey, Don. I don't have anything this evening. I don't. I'm sorry about that. I am. Um, I am going to be. Well, right now I'm tanning a skunk and a possum, so I'll probably auction those off when they're done. But hey there, Robert. Hey, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Tell the kids I said hi. Hey, Hadley. Hey, Theron. Hey there, Matt. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Grasshopper. Oh, deer season. I haven't even been out, Cooper. I didn't, for the longest time, I didn't even have room in my freezer for a deer because I do Euro mounts for people. So I've got a lot of people bringing me deer heads. I mean, my freezer's chock full of deer heads. Between that and the pelts that I was stockpiling in the freezer before I could flush them out, it was just full. I couldn't have fit any meat in there if I wanted to. So I am low now, so who knows? I might go out and take a doe. I haven't decided yet. Oh, hope you're having a good season though, Cooper. Thank you, Lloyd. I'm glad that you liked it. Ah, I'm always happy to share any kind of random knowledge that I've got. So, hey there, Rick. How you doing, buddy? Oh, you're welcome, Hadley. I'm glad you liked it. I tried to mix it up a bit. I enjoy it every now and then. I usually send out packages with just my lures and stuff, but I wanted to do something a little different. So I sent Hadley in her winning package a skull, and I sent her some foreign coins, and just kind of mixed it up a bit. So if you haven't already hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it. And bear with me, my throat's a little messed up tonight, and I am super tired. So I'm gonna do my best. I've been working my butt off all week. So hey, sis. Welcome. It was junk. Yeah, I was getting ready. I might go out for late doe. I might go out and take a couple does. That's what I'm thinking about doing. So how many years I've been trapping? I have been trapping since I was 13 years old, and I'm not good at math. I am now 37. So I don't know. 13 to 37, that's how many years I've been trapping. My Uncle Frankie gave me my first traps when I was 13 years old. He gave me a dozen 110 conibears for my birthday. He came up and gave them to me, taught me how to use them, and yeah, from there on out, I was addicted. I went to one of the Novi Expo shows to the Michigan Trapping Convention table, and I bought my first. It was the National Trapper Association Trapping Handbook that I bought. And I'll tell you, I still, if you want to get into trapping, that's what I recommend is buying that. It's like the trapping Bible. It'll teach you everything that you could ever need to know about trapping. I need to try and find mine. I know I gave one away to a kid, but I'm pretty sure I bought another one. So, but it is an epic book. If you want to learn how to trap, that's a good book to get. But after I bought that, my uncle heard about it, and he's been a trapper his whole life, or he was. He passed away shortly after, but he heard that I wanted to get into it and was excited. And it was one of the best moments of my life because me and Uncle Frankie, we never talked a lot until then. And after that moment, we were on the phone all the time, talking to each other and trying to figure out who was catching what, and it was really great. So, hey, John, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, yeah, private late dough. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go out and peg a couple for the freezer. But hey there, Max. I froze up. Hopefully, it's just on your end. You might have to refresh. Hopefully, everybody's not freezing up. There's really no reason to be because my internet's been pretty good lately. It hasn't froze at all. So okay, good. Glad to hear that, Lloyd. Glad to hear that. I was sitting here before I got ready to get on because I have to kind of get myself ready. I was sitting here looking at this, and I showed you guys this a while back, but this is that Hags. This is a muskrat hook that Hags makes. You guys know Hags. I've been pushing them like crazy. The neat thing, oh, my hand hurts so bad right now. The neat thing about the Hags hook is these are made for skinning muskrats. You hook their tail on this. So that way, if you've skinned muskrats before, you know how easily their legs can rip. Their tail's stronger than heck. So you hook this through their tail and you can pull as hard as you want. Well, I decided also, if you guys trap, you know what a crunch proof swivel is. I'm going to attach this crunch proof swivel to it. And I think I'm going to mount this in my house because I do not like to target, or I don't like to go outside and skin my muskrats. It gets too cold here soon and my hands freeze. So I'm going to start doing it in the house, I think. So I think I'm going to hang this in there and yeah, it should be good. But oh, geez. I'm doing good, Brad. I hope you are too, man. Stay safe. Yeah, we had that crazy wind. I kind of figured you'd be busy. Hey there, Terry. How you doing tonight, buddy? Now, I wanted to ask you guys, I'm running my little mink line. That's kind of slow going and not getting a lot of content just yet. I am in the right spots. Tomorrow, I'm going to go out. I'm gonna try some new stuff. I'm gonna go out and make some baited little cubby holes. I'm just gonna try some different stuff. I'm also gonna attempt something with one of Freedom Bait's barracudas. I'm gonna put one of them on the trigger of my conibears and set them in some of the deeper pools because mink love to eat fish. So I'm gonna take some of those and just see because the current, if I set them just right, the current will make those tails work. And I really think I think it'll work. So I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to try that to see if I can get some ink on the Freedom baits. So I'm going to be doing that. But I'm thinking about setting a pretty good muskrat line this week. If that's something that you guys think you'd be interested in, let me know because I've got some ideas about doing some baited sets and trying to just trying to bump my numbers up for muskrats. I mean, it's fun doing the muskrat content. There's not a whole lot of money into them, but it's fun nonetheless. And I'll probably drive around and find some more beavers. I've got some ideas of where I can get some. So I have kind of a skinning shed. It's not that cold yet, Adam. It gets cold. Like at night, we get into the 20s, but daytime temps, it's been, high 30s, 40s. But it's cold enough out there that my skinning shed is actually a barn without a door. It's like a big, and I'm not talking just a little door, it's the whole front of the barn is wide open. I put a tarp there to try and hold some heat and to keep the wind out, but that's all I got going. There's no light in there, so Robin bought me a stand-up light, thank God, because I use that all the time in there. And there's even a big hole up in the top where the wind blows in if it's from the north. So my fur shed sucks, to be honest. I need to do a lot of work on that thing. I really would love to have a good fur shed because I obviously do a lot of trapping. I've got a lot of trapping gear, but for now it's yeah, kind of a mess out there. Good, I'm glad, Don. I'm glad. I was hoping it would because I was worried about it when I tried rolling it. I told you last week when you bought it, I was gonna sell it in the rod tube for you. But man, I had to get that thing so tight to go into that rod tube, and I had to pull really hard just to get it to come back out. It was getting stuck in there. I figured I'd just send it in a box, but I knew it was taking a shape when I rolled it, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna have to flatten this out. So I'm glad it turned out good though for you. Thanks, Terry. All right, sounds good. What are you eating tonight, Terry? I can do that, Lloyd. Yeah, I'll do that this week. I mean, we're gonna be freezing up a little bit, but I want to do some videos with some different types of sets. I do want to show you. while I'm at it, because I just got done putting all these together. I've got 20 of my, this is a number 1.5 coil spring, but I've got them all from number 1 to 1.5 set up. This one, that's a little tough. I'm gonna have to loosen that up some. But these are rigged up really nice. It's cool how these work. I've got them rigged up so now every single one of them has the Hags clip on them. And I just want to show you guys how easy this is. I've got on this pole one of their bait hooks so I can throw a carrot on there. Well, tomorrow I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and bait a bunch of them. I just bought a bunch more rods today too. So I think I'm going to go and bait a bunch tomorrow. And yeah, just get them all ready there. This one has a longer arm, so it has to kind of sit on a bit of an angle, but not much. But look at that right there. Tell me that ain't perfect. You put a carrot right here. You put this trap just under the surface so that it looks like a nice little rock or something. The muskrats will swim right up there, they'll step right on this to get up to that carrot or apple or whatever you use. I'm going to try carrots, but then, obviously they step on it, trap goes off, they kick it a little, boom, falls in the water. You've got your rat. So I am going to start making a whole bunch of these tomorrow. That's why I spent quite a bit of time here rigging them up. Like I said, I got 20 of my traps rigged up with those awesome clips now. So white of the beaver tail for bait on the 110. See, the only problem I could see working with that, Brad, is that fish really like it. I know fish love the beaver because of the oils and stuff, and I don't want to catch trout and stuff in my stuff. Now, if I use like a big old plastic minnow, the trout, the stream I'd be trapping is smaller trout, so they're not going to eat a big plastic minnow, but they would take a bite out of a big piece of beaver. Yeah, congratulations. Robin got her first buck yesterday, so yeah, if you've got tunnels all around your banks, Lloyd, you're ready. I mean, all you got to do, buddy, is get yourself some 110 conibears. It doesn't matter the brand. Just go with Duke. They're cheaper. Get yourself some Dukes. Get yourself some of these Hag clips because you see how fast and easy they are for me to set up. But anywhere that you've got tunnels, just set these babies in front of the tunnel, man. You set it up, rat goes in, boom, trap goes off. It's so easy. Just set these up anywhere that your ground is collapsing or anything like that. You can usually tell where the muskrats are coming and going, and 110s that's where it's at. If you can see where the rats are going, yeah, that's gonna work great. I did try something new today. I rigged up, what did I do? 6 of them with big marshmallows, which the water itself is going to disintegrate the marshmallow, but I'm hoping it takes longer for that to happen than it does for a muskrat to get there. But I'm trying some marshmallows on the trigger because I figured the bright white would attract them in the water. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, don't do that, Lloyd. Yeah, they do hurt. I will say that they hurt pretty bad. When I was just a kid, 13 years old, and Uncle Frankie bought me those ones. I remember I was sitting there trying to figure out how to set these on the kitchen or on the dining room floor, and when I was setting it, I did the same thing. I caught myself, and it was great because my uncle, my dad, my mom, they were all sitting there and they were laughing so hard that they couldn't get themselves to stop laughing enough to help me. So here I am, this little kid on the floor with this trap just smashed on my hand. And I agree, these things hurt. If you catch yourself right, and you're in a situation, let's say if this was staked down or something, and you couldn't get to it, it could be pretty scary. But these are not nearly as bad as the bigger traps. The 330s for beaver. Now those things right there, I tell everybody treat those like a loaded gun because they're scarier than a loaded gun. I trust the safety on a gun more than I do a safety on a conibear. Good. I'm glad you made it home, Rob. Give it a try again, Lloyd. When you do it this time, though, just make sure that you keep your hand even when it's set, if you keep your hand on the jaws like this till it's set, it's not going to go off. I mean, it can't go off. And even if it does, you can hold the spring down too and keep it from. If you hold the spring while you're setting it and stuff, it'll keep it from going off too. So there are ways that you can keep yourself from getting snapped. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I have a blast on that river. I'm if I start my I'll probably start a muskrat line this week just to show you guys some stuff. If I do, I'm going to be hitting the river again, but I'll be doing it from shore. I'll show you guys some cool stuff that I do from shore. So I'm going to try out some new methods. I like to do little baited. Well, this year will be new to me because usually, like the marinas and stuff, I'll set up a little number one or 1.5 coil spring on some of the wooden pieces of dock and stuff where I can see that muskrats climb up. Well, this year I'm not going to do that. I'm going to set those poles in the water near those spots, and the muskrats are already acclimated to going there, so they're definitely gonna hit those. So on the log set with the conibear flint, it's actually done the same way as this. It's just all I'm using is these hags clips because they make them. The one that I have set right here, these go up to 160. So that 160 that I have set on the log, it's set with this, and all I'm using is the fiberglass here to hold it. That is a tauntaun. Thank you. I'm glad you like that, Tim. That's my mighty steed. Yeah, it's the tauntaun. But this is all I did with the one. Even though the 160's got two springs, you don't need that second spring. You just, well, this is upside down. You want this to be the flat end sticking up. So whatever way you've got it set. But that's all I did with that 160. If you have to, because see this is setting kind of low, you can obviously jar it up a little to make it more even. But that's all I did. I pushed this, even though the log is way up off the creek bottom, I've got this pole squished in underneath the log down in the dirt. And this is just resting on top of the log in that 160. That's it on the log. And I've caught uh, two possums there now, and I'll probably have a coon soon because that's the reason I set that there to begin with. Is originally I had a coon that came and climbed over my 110, and I'm like, oh, not today, buddy. So I set one up with the 160. It's just a matter of time that he walks by now. But yeah, these hags clips are just phenomenal. There's so many uses. You could even side to side, if you're going through a culvert, you can stick it in the dirt this way and have the trap like that. I mean, it's crazy how many things you can do with these clips. It really opens up a lot of stuff. I didn't either, Lloyd, but luckily, with Uncle Frankie, he lived down in Grass Lake, so we would talk on the phone. If I had a question, we would chat. But I learned it all on my own. I mean, my dad wasn't a trapper or nothing, so it was kind of just you know, make mistakes and learn from them kind of deal. And I still do today. I make mistakes all the time, but no, no snow. We had up to like 3 inches at one time, but ground's bare now. In fact, even all the little farm ponds are wide open today. There's no ice. Yeah, thanks, Rob. If you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I see there's 48 of you watching and only 27 thumbs up. So I appreciate it. It seems silly, but it does actually help. So, hey there, Bob. How you doing, buddy? Thanks, Brad. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Tom. You keep retracting, buddy. Hey, PA, how you doing, man? Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Flintlock. Yep, the fiberglass rod. I when I first got into it, I assumed it was just muskrats is what I was going to be doing with those, but God, it opened a lot of doors. And they even make them for the 330s. I've got a couple of the big rods for 1/2 inch fiberglass, and I'm excited to try those out because I bought 8 foot tall fiberglass rods that for those clips on a 330. So now I can trap those deep, deep, beaver holes that I could never get into before. It just really opens up. So it's great, really great. Oh, that's good, Bob. Yeah, I'm getting a cold. I know I am. Today I was coughing like crazy. My throat's just been messed up, but it's that time of year. It happens. Yeah, the money. When I first started trapping, it would have been, God, I don't know, like 2000, probably 2000. Yeah, probably around 2099, maybe somewhere in there. But back then, yeah, prices were definitely better. For the longest time, I never got less than 5 for a rat. Muskrats were always around 5, but anymore it's like 1 to 3 right now. I mean, prices are definitely not good. I wanted to mention tonight too, because I know a lot of you wanted my tanned beavers. I was talking about getting them all tanned. There's going to be a fur buyer up at F&T here in Alpena this week, and I need the money, so I'm going to take all the beavers that I have right now, and I'm going to sell them at the sale. So I know I can make more that way rather than paying the extra money to get them tanned. However, for the coons, they said that they might not buy them, and for the biggest coons, stretched and dried, like I got hanging here, they might only pay $5. That's an awful lot of work for $5. So I might take every one of my coons, which I'm at 39 right now. I might take all of them and get them tanned. Coons would be cheaper to have tanned than a beaver. They look really nice on the wall because you guys know coons got really nice colors and they're soft and everybody likes coons. So I will probably get all of my coons tanned. I'm going to talk to the buyer when he's there, and all it's going to take is him telling me that if he tries to short me on a price, I'm just going to say, I'm getting these tanned. But the beavers I'm selling because I will get good money for those. So Lake Erie rats. Oh, I bet that was great. Yeah, absolutely. Hey there, Brian. How you doing, buddy? 3 to 5 for rats. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, 3 to 5. 5 was tops when I was a kid. Yep. Follow the money. Yeah. That's and I honestly, the coons, I wouldn't even feel right selling them for that cheap. $5 for an extra large coon, stretched and dried. No, that to me that ain't even worth the life of the coon. So I'll take all my coons and have them tanned. If that's what it takes, I'll do that. I already talked to some of the gift shops and stuff up here local. They would want stuff like that in their shops as it is. I would first definitely offer to you guys on here any of the coons. That way you can get first pick of all the colors and stuff because they vary in color. But after that, I'll sell to my local gift shops and stuff. So I'm hoping. I mean, I'm honestly, Flint, I'm thinking more around 400. I try to not overthink it because I usually do, and if I try to get too big of a price in my head and then I end up not making much, then I'm angry. So I'm trying to keep the average in my mind. I've got 22 beaver right now, and I try to figure it as if I only got paid for, let's say, $20 a piece. I know they're topping out at 45, but if I got $20 each for those, that's what I'm keeping in my head as my price. And then anything over that, I'm totally cool with. So yeah, hopefully I do make some good money, but we shall see. Hey, Sunfish, how you doing? I am gonna look for more beavers this week though, but like I said, I know some of you want some, so I will do some more. The next couple I get, I'll self tan again. So, oh yeah, for sure, John. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna get the coons. I'll probably get all tanned, like I said, depending on price, but more than likely, the mink I already had planned. Those are getting tanned because I I love my mink, and I don't, I would only get $5 for sure for a stretch dried mink, and that's a waste. So that's gonna get tanned. My otters are getting tanned. things like that. If it's not worth it to me, I'm gonna get them. I'm just gonna get them tanned. So thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, brother. Cheers from Canada. I hope your weather's good up there, buddy. No, we're not allowed to. We can't legally sell the meat, Brian. I have been giving some away, with friends and stuff that want to try it, but we can't sell it. So 40, 30, 20 for just skinned because I thought those prices were for stretched and dried. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean that those are the same prices I heard from Grown Wall too, but I thought that was stretched and dried. Because they don't usually Groenwald especially don't usually just share the green price. I mean, they're more of a higher dollar company, so you can in Ohio. Yeah, in Michigan, we can't, there's our state has so many laws on sell, we can't sell fish, I can't sell my mushrooms. I mean, there's so much they try to stop us from making any kind of money, so no, PA. Well, you probably just seen it from Flint, but yeah, the beavers should be between 20 and 45 right now. So one gray fox, see, that's cool. I try not to target them because there's just not very many at all anymore. The only one I ever caught was an accidental, but I'm not saying I didn't love it. In fact, I would love to get another gray fox. They're beautiful and amazing, but yeah, there definitely ain't very many gray fox. That's for sure. We had record prices back in I'm wanting to say it was 2012 was when the market hit the all-time record. And after that, that's pretty much what screwed us in the long run because after it hit that super high top, then it all just fell out real fast. So thanks, Richard. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Robin's gonna be doing pressure canning with my beaver and stuff, so, I'm excited to have that because I just had, canned venison for the first time the other day. One of the guys that I did his Euro mount for, he thankfully brought me a jar of it, said, "Hey, I wanna give you this," and, oh my god, it was so good, so yeah, Robin, I'm gonna give her a whole bunch of beaver meat because 'cause I've got tons in the freezer, and she's gonna can it up and should be pretty amazing, especially for out on the ice and stuff. It'd be really good. As long as I can keep Gemma and Ruby out of it while we're out there. All green in the video, huh? Wow. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna. I'll try and watch that new video, but I will keep it in my head that I'm only gonna get 20 bucks a piece, just so that I can. I try not to set the bar too high, so that way in the end I'm happy no matter what. I've learned that's the best way to go about everything. So in life, at least. Oh, I couldn't do that to you, Adam. I couldn't do that. I mean, you can buy a tan mink online for, God, 15, 20 bucks, I think. I appreciate it though. But oh, there you go. Nice, sunfish. Very nice. Those are great, man. I love my heritage. Yeah, it's good. $15 a pound for your beaver pelts. Beaver pelts or meat? $15 a pound. Yeah, our beavers too are actually, even though I'm doing pretty good, the populations are down from the past few years. I was talking to my one friend, John Coretti, and he's huge into trapping. I mean, he's one of the most well-known beaver trappers in the U.S. really. But he was telling me how he thinks because he's having a hard time too. He said he thinks that can't remember the name of the disease, but he said he thinks it kind of went through the system and thinned out our beavers. So it's been a lot harder finding them this year. Wow, I've never heard of that. PA dried for the pound. Weird. Yeah, mine's always they always measure mine and yeah, I've never heard of it by the pound, but Yeah, I like that, Lloyd. Yep, that's really cool. Hey there, JJ. Trapping's going pretty good. I'm at 22 right now for beavers. My biggest beaver the season so far was 56 pounds, I believe it was, or 57. I posted it on here. And then the very next day I caught a 55 and a 49. So I've caught some really great beavers this year, but I showed Robert and his friend Taylor, I showed them the other day in my spare bedroom yesterday. Actually, I've got piles. I mean, all my beavers are pretty well done. So how do you hit the thumbs up? There should just be a thumbs up on there that you click. I'm sure somebody on here could tell you too, but I know you just like on my end, I could just click on a thumbs up. But I appreciate that. Thanks for that. 53 of you watching, 36 thumbs up. So I appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. Oh, I gotcha. It's not gonna be Groenwald that's gonna be there. They've got a different guy coming, but he's according to F&T, he paid better last year than Groenwald. So I am looking forward to seeing what the prices are. But I try not to set my bar too high because I'd rather just have it in my head, that I'll be happy if I come back with $400, but anything above it would be great. Just making gas money pretty much. Okay, thanks, Bob. Yep, close the chat, and I guess there's a thumbs up under the video. I never have Youper. We don't have them down here. I wish. I'm sure with your name Youper, I'm sure you got them up there, but no, it's something we don't have down here. I would love to though. I'm dying to because they are just awesome. I think if I got one, I'd have to get it mounted. You'll have to exit the chat, Richard, and then you should see a thumbs up right below the LT Outdoors page name. There you go. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard of that. We'll have to see. I was told that even the smaller beavers are going to pay pretty good cuz again, they just go by the belly fur, so that's why it's weird that they would weigh them because if they weigh them, they're not really getting an accurate measurement. I mean, if they're only going to use the belly, weighing the whole fur, I don't see how it's going to help them on figuring out how much belly fur they got. But who knows? Thanks, Richard. Appreciate it, buddy. First sale and clear is Saturday. Well, mine's going to be on Wednesday. So I'll beat you there, Kevin, but I'll let you know how it goes on my end. Yeah, it's for the Hatter market. Yep, but they're just using the belly fur. So, yep. But that's why I'm excited too, though, about the smaller ones, because normally the smaller beavers, you'd be lucky if the buyer would even buy them. But I guess this year they'll buy those too, the kits and that. So it should be nice. Now muskrats, even though I love trapping them, I said it a little earlier, I'll say it again, I'm only gonna get $1 to $3 for a muskrat, which I'm kinda used to at this point because really that's all I've gotten for the past few years. Muskrats have been way down, but I just love catching them. 'Em. They're good eating too. I haven't had a moment to eat one because the first batch I caught were out of a do not eat area, and the ones I've caught, the last 4 of them, I've saved up, chunked up for, mink bait because 'cause I'm gonna make pocket sets tomorrow and use that for bait. So if I get any more this week, which I will, if I set a muskrat line, then I'll cook some up because it's really good. It's actually just as good as beaver. John Chase weighs them. Hmm. Well, it'll be interesting because the only person I've ever taken my furs to is Ralph at J and K Fur Exchange, and yeah, he's always just picked them up, held them out. All right, XL, double XL. So we shall see. Michigan Trapping Association sale Saturday. Where's that at, Kevin? Yeah, this guy, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he's gonna be at F&T. I was told to tell anybody up here that traps, but he's gonna be at F&T all day Wednesday. He's gonna be there from, God, I don't know, like 8 in the morning until 9 at night or something. All right, see you in a bit, Bob. But I did, I started, oh, it's in Clare. Okay. Yep, I have a mink line out. I have probably, I don't know, probably 25 mix sets out right now is what I probably got going on. It's funny because the one spot I pulled up to yesterday, I hadn't seen. We have no snow, so if you get snow, it's really nice because then you can definitely see where the mink are running and everything. But we don't have any snow, so I can't. So it's kind of a guessing game. Well, yesterday when I pulled up to the one culvert I'm trapping, I was sitting there talking to Rick, and I happened to look out the window just in time to see this big buck mink swim across the channel. So tomorrow, like I said, I've got muskrat chunks saved up, quartered in a bag in the fridge, and I'm going to take that out. And tomorrow I'm going to make pocket sets. So I'll be doing videos on that. I'm also doing a video right now showing how to set culverts with 160s because that's a lot of fun and probably be a good way to get kids into it because it's super fast and effective. And it's a multi-species. You really don't know what you're getting when you set a culvert. You could get a rabbit, you could get muskrats that travel through, mink, bobcat I've seen caught out of culverts, but it's mostly coons, possums, skunks, stuff like that. But that's what makes it great. You pull up, you can do it all off the road. You pull up to a culvert, check, see what you got, jump out. Same thing with weasel boxes. So I don't have any fur at the moment, Andre. I was mentioning earlier I will be tanning up some more of my stuff, especially my coons. I'm gonna have all those tanned, and I will sell those locally. If you like beaver, Terry, it is just the same as beaver, except even more tender. I mean, it's the exact same taste, and just it's really good. Same color, same taste. It's just basically the same thing as shooting a young deer compared to an old deer. That let's think, the beaver's the old deer, the muskrat's the young deer because they're smaller. That's how it is. They've got the same taste, just smaller and more tender. The do not eat area, so you were concise about that. Yeah, the spot that I was in was a do not eat, so I did not eat the muskrats out of that area. Fish walleye on the St. Clair River. Man, I mean, uh, I'm sure somebody on here can answer that, but I would, jig in the bottom with the plastic minnow and stuff. That's what I've heard of down there, but I'm sure some of these guys on here would comment back to you on that. Walleye fishing though on the St. Clair River. If any of you have any tips on that, share it with my buddy Max. That'd be cool. Got your butts kicked this year on them. Oh, I heard they can be tricky, but they sure are neat. My one buddy Alex, he's not on tonight, but he caught a whole bunch of. I'm pretty sure they were all fishers that he got. He was in New York, but he ended up with 10 that he caught. He was killing it. This is the thing, Andre. You can only trap where it's public or that you have permission. Now, the problem with Venetton Creek is 95% of that creek is private. It's all privately owned pieces. So that's what sucks. Yes, it is a good place to trap. I trapped as a kid because I had permission. When I was a kid, I knew the people that lived around there and I had permissions. Anymore, it's not the same. It's most of them are jerks, and it's just not the same. But yeah, you can't trap it unless you get permission. Just like lower Asable, once you get below a certain point, it's private. You know, private land. It doesn't matter if you're in the water or not. You have to get permission from the adjoining landowner of that property, even though you're not touching the property. It's not like trout fishing where you can hop in the water at a public spot and just cruise through everybody's private. You can't do that. You have to get permission. So yeah, so Venetton's off limits. Trust me, I'd be there if it wasn't. I've heard bobcats, man. I really want. I'm trying. I just set a couple traps for bobcats today, guys. That's something I wanted to mention too. So thanks for that, JJ. I hoping I might get some coyotes too. I mean, basically, I made coyote sets. So yeah, there you go. Don said, "Yep, vertical jigging with plastics." I mean, my friends that I've seen do it down there, they're just jigging the bottom with plastics and plastic minnows and but Zib on here, Mike, he fishes a lot, so he knows that. Yeah, there you go, casting cranks from shore. Out on the river or the bay, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm not concerned about it, John. Honestly, I've still eaten a few of the beaver that I've caught out of there. I've eaten all the fish I catch out of there. I don't let that stuff bother me. I really don't. I don't believe they know what they're talking about. I still eat everything out of Benetton Lake. If they're claiming that that stuff is really that bad, the whole system is because grayling is the originated. I mean, that's where all that PFAS started is up in grayling. So that's the entirety of the river system. So if you want to that that's bad, then might as well say the entire system is. But I don't let it get to me. You know what? We all die one day. I'm gonna enjoy life, eating fish and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just how I'm gonna live my life. But I want to say thank you guys to how many people I had on here. I see there's 66 right now, but I was at 83 for a minute, which is just never been that high. So thank you guys. Thanks for everybody joining tonight. If you haven't already hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it. There you go, Max. Yeah, got some good people on here that like to. Sweet, it's right where you're at. Yeah, yeah. Zib, he knows all that stuff down there. Oh, I hope I get to try it, JJ. I hope I get to try it. See, my problem is too, though. I want to get one mounted, so if I do, I wouldn't get to try it. So, uh, it's a tough situation. I kind of figured that. Do you guys? I mean, it seems like you'd have ice up there. Do you guys got ice yet, Uper? Like walkable ice? Oh, the river. Yeah, I kind of figured they'd be in the river, and it's at that time of year. If I'm cutting out, JJ, you might have to like get off and get back on. Some people say that happens sometimes. You're only allowed one cat. Well, two technically, but I'd have to go, I think, to the UP to get the second one. Hey, Empty Pockets, welcome. I love having more trappers on here. Huh. Well, John, if you think about it, though, the biggest air base is Grayling, Camp Grayling, and that's up there. That they did the PFAS, the foam, and all that was up at Camp Grayling too. So every single air base in the country used that chemical. So it's definitely not just Wordsmith. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Kevin. Yep, it's a dream. If I can ever Yeah, I don't trust this van at all. I really don't. It stalls on me. It's just always got issues. If I can ever get a reliable vehicle, I would totally go up there and camp out for a week and spend, trapping, try and get Fisher Martin, the beaver. I'm sure beaver trapping up there is awesome. So one day, one day I'd be up there. No, no, Brett, not at all, buddy. Um, we've got we up here. I took a picture today. It's on my phone, but the farm ponds, even all the little farm ponds are wide open. Like we don't even have skim ice. It's ridiculous. It really is. Mother Nature said, "Hey, we're gonna have ice," and put it on, and then boom, she took it away. Like taking candy from a kid. No, no, it didn't leak out of tanks at all. Nope, it was a firefighting foam, Brett. It was a firefighting foam, and they would do their test runs with it. Just like any other place, you have to do your safety runs. And yeah, they do the safety runs with the foam, and that foam, it's got to go somewhere. It goes into the ground, and there you have it. No, not a good sign at all. Nope. In fact, it's been getting worse every single year, Brett. And I was talking about that today. If it keeps it up, I'm gonna have to move to Minnesota. I mean, it's just getting stupid. It really is. I can't lose my ice. All right, I will, Adam. Yep. I should have I mean, I'm gonna this week. I'm gonna go out hunting for beavers tomorrow. I'm gonna find where they're at. Nope, duck hunting's closed for me now. Yeah. Wouldn't doubt that, Kevin. Wouldn't doubt that at all, buddy. I think you're right on that one. No, I have not, Robert, but I'm sure it was just as bad. As people are always, always doing stupid things like that and messing up everything. It sucks. Yeah, thanks, sis. And so was my mother. It was not a good time. It was the last day of her life is when it was filmed, but they go into detail on that video talking about everything that actually happened and what it could mean for our water systems and everything else. So if you get a chance, look up No Defense. I believe they have it on app in the Apple Store. You can buy it in there for cheap, but it's a really good documentary. It teaches you things. So yeah, go in there and check it out. We are too, Flintlock. Yeah, I think we were about 60 yesterday. I was actually sweating my butt off. I, Thank you, Youper. I was thinking that. I was actually going to make up some cubbies. Now, are you talking about natural cubbies with, the sticks and all that? Or are you talking, wooden one or buckets? Oh, I know you have ice in Minnesota. I know that too well, man. Yeah, my buddy Nicole Stone, she's been out there slamming the fish. You guys are killing me. Yeah, that's the situation, Brett. Yep. But like I said, if you want to learn the whole thing, watch No Defense. You can look that up. Yep. See, there you go too. Robert just said, fire extinguishers at the helipads. I know the big problem in Oscoda, they would actually go as far as when they would let that go, when they would do their fire drill, they would let the hangar fill up with this foam. I mean, they would just let it fill the whole. I mean, that's a lot of foam. And then all the foam's got to go somewhere. So it ran into the ground, went in groundwater, into the lakes, the rivers, the creeks. But again, it's I've lived up here my whole life. So if it's been in the system that long, which would have been before I was born, it's too late for me. Honestly, I'm already living my favorite life. So I if I didn't make it to 80, I'm fine with that. I really am. I'm just, living off the land, eating what I like to eat, and I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, that's sad, Robert. Yep, not good. 4 years ago today. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Mom passed away 4 years ago today. All right. You have a good night, Brad. Keep on rocking the trap line, buddy. Very sketchy. Sorry to hear that, man. Oh, geez. Beaver ponds are sketchy as it is, though. Them dang beaver trails and random little holes they might have hidden, and yeah, those can be tough. Hey, Jack. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I absolutely love I mean, I gotta be honest, I love beavers, I really do, I have a passion for them, and, not just trapping them. I think they're really an amazing animal, and, but I do enjoy trapping them. I don't know what I'd do if there wasn't any, so I hope beavers continue to populate like mad for many years because I absolutely love it. It's addicting, they're great eating. I think one day maybe people might realize how good at eating they are, and maybe it'll get some of the antis off our backs. I don't know. Thank you, sis. Thank you. It's I tell people, all the time, especially some of my friends that are in great relationships with kids and a beautiful wife and all that. It's kind of the grass is greener on the other side type deal because I would switch them in a heartbeat if I had the chance. But again, they would do the same thing. So it's just one of those, everybody's always looking for a greener side of the fence. So, but I enjoy my life as much as I can. That's for sure. Yeah, it's honestly, the Oscoda area too is getting worse every year, Brett. Like people wise, and I mean, it's yeah, Oscoda's just a mess in my opinion. I don't even like. I mean, I go there almost daily, but I don't like to. They people in that town can't even drive anymore, and it just sucks. But thank you, Jack. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try this week again. I don't know. I really appreciate everybody's support with the trapping videos. I never know what I should bring you guys, but I've gotten so much support from that this year that I mean, right now the YouTube money alone is higher than it's been in months. So I got to keep at it. I got to keep bringing the trap videos out because it's getting the views, it's getting comments, likes, all that good stuff. So I just want to say I'm thankful for that. If there's something trapping wise or anything else that you want to see or learn, let me know. I'm happy to teach you guys. Next year, I am debating. I might do a canines next year. I might switch up. I was talking about it last week. I didn't get a chance to finish, but I might try to switch up next year to dry land trapping. It all depends though. If the water fur bear prices go way up or something crazy, obviously I'll have to jump on that. But if not, I would like to show you guys how to do dry land trapping. I know I can get into some fox and some coyotes and some coons on dry land and possum, skunk, badgers, all that stuff. I'd like to show you that. So next year I'm going to try and prepare myself get some more I'll have to get some more coyote traps. I've got like 8 of them, but I'll get some more coyote traps and just get myself all ready and pumped up for next season. I'm already like putting spots down, jotting in notes when I find a good spot. It should be fun next season. I'd really like to I enjoy showing you guys new and different things. That's my favorite part of all this, but you're right, Bob. Yep, I do have my fur babies. I don't know what I'd do without them. They keep me going, that's for sure. I found out the other day, thanks to memories on Facebook, that Ruby was 7. I don't like that. I was bummed to hear she was 7, but that I'm not sure of, Lloyd, because once the ice gets good enough, I like to ice fish for steelhead, as you've seen in videos. So I don't know. If the ice gets good, I'd prefer to be on the ice. We have such a short ice time as it is anymore. To me, I'd rather spend every moment that I can on that ice for that very reason because we just don't have long. So, hey James, how you doing, buddy? Oh man, how to sharpen a fleshing knife. It's funny you mentioned that because I went all this time. I've had my fleshing knife, my necker, for at least 12 years, and I never sharpened it. I kept thinking to myself, man, these coons are getting harder, the gristle's harder. Tried to sharpen it the other day and it worked, man. I got it good. I bought a special. I'll have to show you next week. I'll bring it up here, but I bought a special sharpener from F&T that it looked like it would work, and sure enough, it did, man. It was a really nice, perfect sharpener for those. So, well, thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. I really do, and I really like how a lot of people, that get on here that don't trap, they enjoy it anyway, and that's what keeps the videos going. Even the people that don't trap enjoy it, and that it keeps me going. So, thank you, Max. I'm glad, buddy. I'm glad to have you on here, James. I love seeing more coyote and just trapping people in general, man. There's definitely a lot. Yep, yep. Lots of yotes in the Mankato area. That's where I mentioned earlier I did set a couple traps today, hoping for bobcats, but I know the spot that I set has a bunch of coyotes, so who knows? I mean, I'm not upset if I get coyotes at all. I love catching coyotes, so I made a couple really good sets, and I forgot my dang wolf fang anchor driver at home, which my other four coyote sets were rigged up with wolf fangs, so I could only set my couple sets. But tomorrow I'll put in my other four coyote sets and well, bobcat, and we'll see what happens. But wet and muddy. That's usually the bane of my existence here early season and stuff. It's luckily it ain't been too muddy. We haven't really got much of anything going on here. I could do that. I could do that, Adam. Yeah, just show the equipment and stuff. I've tried doing some videos. It seems like every time I do a how-to or just a video in general that doesn't show a bunch of action, it just gets crap views. I don't know why, but I'll do one for you and we'll see what happens. Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy? I hope you had a good duck season. I really hope I get one, Robert. I mean, if I all I want's the one cat. If I can get a cat, I'll be super excited. Cat season opens next week. Ours just opened today. So I wasn't as ready as I'd hoped to be. In fact, I wasn't gonna bury my traps as much as I love burying them for coyotes and that because I didn't think you had to. But when I talked to the guys at F&T, they said they recommend it. So I didn't have any of my traps ready, boiled any of that. So I boiled six of them on the stove top the other day just to get ready, which felt silly, but you got to do what you got to do. So I'm hoping I can slay. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping too. I would like to get some of the non-lethal snares. I'm really dying to do some snaring on the coyotes. No, I didn't see that one. I'll have to check it out. It's funny you mentioned that. I was just watching Trapper Jay earlier. I don't remember which video it was. I think it was one of his muskrat ones. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of the trapping videos lately. Well, hopefully I can catch one, Max, so you can see it. They are a very, very pretty animal. They're big. I mean, they're definitely a lot bigger than your average house cat. So, yeah, I'd love to show you, Max. Hopefully I can get one, buddy. I sure hope I get one, James. You don't cover yours at all? I mean, do you bury it, but you don't cover it? Is that what you do? Because that's what I was originally gonna do, but now, like today, I went all out. I put the cover on, the latex cover and wax dirt and all that crap. I can't believe the price of wax dirt either. It's nuts. I got to make sure this year I dry out a bunch of dirt because I can't be paying for this stuff. I barely could afford one bag of wax dirt. Hey Jen, hey Jen and Mark, how you guys doing? It's okay. Better late than never. Yeah, I need to make some. Well, the problem, Barry, is this time of year, you don't have the dry dirt. So I have to dry next season. I've done it before. I got to make sure I lay out dirt on a tarp and let it, on a nice whole sunny week, let it just bake out there and then sift it into a barrel. I like to use a steel barrel and fill that barrel up. Next year, I got to do that because I think I paid 20 something dollars for a freaking little 5 pound bag of wax dirt and you can only do like 6 traps. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. Lay out the different size traps. I can do that. Yeah, for sure. Yep. The coyotes are fun, Max. It seems how you haven't got to see them except on TV and stuff. Look up when you get off of here, if you've got time, look up some of the dang coyote trapping videos because they are fun, especially Mark June. He does a really great job. He's my favorite coyote trapper. Um, if you look at his channel, he catches a lot of them. He's out west now. He was a Michigan guy, but I've learned a lot from him. I went to one of his presentations he did up here in Alpena one time, and It's just cool hearing them howl when you get up on them or growl, and it sends chills up your back, man. It's really cool. Oh, there you go, Flint. That's awesome. I'm pretty mad at Moyle. I emailed them trying to get information back about tanning prices, and they never got back with me. So flush with the ground, step sticks, and okay. I appreciate that, James. I appreciate that. I'll do that tomorrow. I mean, I'll do like 50-50 just to see what happens, especially now that I've already paid for the dang dirt and that. But thank you for that. Stove to dry it with. Yeah, I'm trying not to use the stove very much. My propane bill is ridiculous here at the house. I try to save any propane I can. Peat moss. We use peat moss too, but I would never use 100% peat moss because that's way too light. You got to mix it with something. I always mix like 50-50 with peat moss and my dry dirt because otherwise the peat moss can just blow right off a trap. Uh, I don't know, Bob. Might be able to, but if you did, I mean, it takes a whole lot. Like I said, a 5 pound bag of dry dirt is only enough to do like 6 trap sets. So it would take an awful lot cooking over the fire. Yeah, there you go. 28.95 for 20 pounds. I'm pretty sure I only got a 5 pound bag, man, at F&T. Maybe it was 20, but god dang. I know it's expensive though, and it's you don't get very many out of it. That's why I wasn't gonna bury him, but, if I don't bury the traps, I know it basically kills my chance at a coyote, but, I don't know. I will give it a shot, though. Dry and fluffy under a bridge. I like to get it out of my garden before the season and throw it on a tarp dry I mean, I had at one point a whole big metal drum filled with it, but I screwed up and I haven't done it, so Minnesota trap lines. Okay. Let's see. I'll show you guys. Here's how you guys were mentioning about sizes. I do have a couple different sizes here that I could show you just while we're on. The one that I showed you guys earlier that I set up on that fiberglass pole, you can see hand size. This is just a 1.5. Now this is like the perfect size for coons and stuff, but I'm going to be setting this up on a baited set for muskrats. This right here is just a number 1 trap. Um, there's not very many smaller than 1. I think it goes down to a 0, maybe a 0, but they're pretty small. The number 1 is the smallest I like to use, and this is more for mink, muskrat. Works good for coons too. I do like using a 1 on coons because the fact that they can't chew at anything. I mean, they're caught in this, and it's a good catch every time. But you can see the difference right there. There's quite a bit of difference. The big difference too is in the pans, which is your trigger. I mean, you can look right there at how much of a difference that is. These way bigger on the 1.5, but these are both really good muskrat sets. That's why these are sitting here with me. Because tomorrow I'm going to go out and make some more muskrat sets. So no, I appreciate it, Bob. Thank you. Yeah, 600 to 8. Yeah, no, it sucks. I just had to refill the other day too. So well, I'm gonna hop off of here, guys, so that I can get to working on some more of these traps. I got some more clips I got to put on and just get everything ready for tomorrow. So I hope you guys all have a blessed week. I hope everything works out good for you guys this week. I look forward to chatting with you all next week. And hopefully I get a kitty cat. I will show you guys a video ASAP when I get one. Hopefully I can keep pumping out videos, and I'll definitely have at least some muskrat videos, but hopefully a coyote this week. So you guys have a good night. I will chat with you next week and appreciate y'all.